My guest today is Colleen Atherton of Eaglewings Travel. Colleen is an expert travel advisor who's been meeting the needs of her clients since 2012. She's traveled to over 97 countries, been on every continent except one, and looks forward to answering your questions. Hi, Colleen. Welcome to RTE Travel Talk, Ask a Travel Expert.
Hi, Ken. It's a pleasure to speak with you today.
It is. So, Colleen, the number one question we get from our audience is, where can I go without having to get a vaccine? And now I know there's been a lot of changes to CDC guidance and that sort of thing. Can you bring us up to speed on where we are with that? If I don't have a vaccine, is there any place we can go?
That's a difficult question to answer just blanketly because there's 193 countries in the world, and there's about that many different travel protocols. So it's a daily research for me to keep track of all of it because it is changing almost daily.
Right.
So depending on where you want to go, I would look at that destination specifically to find out what their protocol are and what their restrictions are and their requirements. Currently, since the first of the year, I have traveled to Grenada, Jamaica, and Mexico outside of the US.
Right.
So I wanted to do that so that I could experience it firsthand and be able to guide my clients who want to travel outside of the US.
Right.
And those destinations currently do not require a vaccine, but they do require, some of them, that you be tested within a certain amount of time before you arrive. And so I went through the testing process, and you have to submit the negative test online and fill out a tourist form that you'll need to take with you. And there are some hoops to jump through, but you can travel outside of the US.
So it sounds like there's actually quite a few hoops, but it also lends credence to the theory, if you're anxious to travel, you really should make use of an expert travel advisor, somebody that's on top of this each and every day. Because that's, like you said, it's a moving target, right?
Right, exactly, it is.
Yeah.
And yes, I do encourage people, obviously, to use a travel expert because this is our job, and we do work hard to keep up with all of the new restrictions that are popping up. I had some clients leave the day before yesterday, and just a couple days before they left, Mexico changed their requirement, and you had to check in, do your health check-in within 24 hours of arrival. So if you arrive at noon, then you couldn't check in until after midnight the day before.
Right. Wow.
So it is changing constantly.
Yeah. The other thing that I hear from our listeners is, if I am vaccinated, I should be good to go. Do I still have to get tested? What's the scoop on that evolving situation?
Well, so far, you do have to still be tested to go to a lot of the Caribbean, especially, and even Europe is still requiring tests for vaccinated people. And then for the US, you still have to test to come home.
Right. Some of the places that you go to, some of the resorts and hotels, they actually supply the test for you, or they cover the cost of the test. And what do we know about that?
Yes, there are certain resorts in the Caribbean that will include the return test in the price of your resort stay. And I have gone down and checked out a few of those, and they do make the testing process very simple and easy. It's not stressful at all. And assuming you test negative, you're just given a certificate that you have a negative test and you're good to go. And you just show it at the airport when you check in.
Right.
Most airlines are not allowing you to check in online if you're traveling internationally now, especially to destinations that do require testing to enter. Right. You have to show the negative test results to be able to check in.
Right. Okay. All right. Well, is there anything else you'd like to add with regard to that, Colleen?
Well, just that I can't wait to travel again.
You and me both. You and me both. And
Yeah.
I think that probably goes for the entire planet.
Yes, I think there are a lot of people who are anxious to
yeah,
get going again.
we've got to.
And rightly so, because something many people don't think about or realize maybe even is that the travel industry as a whole employs more people worldwide than any other industry.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of people out of work.
Yeah. We're all of us have a serious case of cabin fever, and over and above that, all of us in travel are anxious to get back to work,
Yes.
to start living life again and creating wonderful experiences for people. So we're all looking forward to that.
As a mother of 5 and a grandmother of 14, I take the greatest pleasure in helping families make memories together.
That's a wonderful sentiment, and I couldn't agree more. Well, Colleen, this has been great. Thanks for bringing us up to speed on what's going on with vaccinations, and we look forward to seeing you out there traveling the world. Take care.
Thank you, Ken.
Bye.
Bye.